This week is Multicultural Week, and in favour of that, I'm going to be reading a book called The Time of the Lion, which is from Kenya. And it starts off with this picture. It's very, very good. Probably painted. The title and who it's created and illustrated by. And it says, one night while his village slept, Joseph heard a raw thunderclap across the wide savannah. Who's that? He whispered. It's the lion, said his father. Can I meet him? Asked Joseph. No, said his father. It's not time. But Joseph thought it was time, so the next morning he went looking for the lion, past the wild beast at the waterhole, round the elephant, zigzagged through the zebras, beyond the buffalo. All he could see was a grass and sky. I don't believe there is a lion, cried Joseph. Then a raw thunder clapped across the wide savannah, and Joseph saw the sun racing towards him. Its great head streamed with gold. It sprang on paws as big as drums, and its amber eyes glittered so that Joseph feared that they would burn him up right there and then. But Joseph stood his ground. He said, I didn't know a lion could be so big. The lion said, I didn't know a boy could be so small. You're like my smallest cub, my little lion. I could knock you down with one swipe of my paw and toss you to my family for tea. Said Joseph. I could tell my father that you are stealing his cattle and he would come after you with guns and spears. But you won't, will you? Growled the lion. No. And you won't feed me to your family, will you? Said Joseph. Not today, anyway, said the lion. Now, Joseph, I am sleepy. Come and rest with me. Joseph walked beside the lion to a grassy den. The lion yawned and sprawled and began to purr a mighty purr, like water gurgling in a giant plug hole. Joseph leaned against the lion's sand dune side. He said, Our sorcerers tried to turn themselves into lions by magic. Now I know why. You are wonderful, King Lion. They slept, and when they woke, the heat of the sun shimmered the edge of the savannah. I'll walk you home to your village to keep you safe, said the lion. Danger is not always where you think, Joseph. There are hungry hyenas and lean leopards, rampaging elephants and easy-running cheetahs. And lions, laughed Joseph. And most of all, men, growled the lion. They strolled together under the purple African skies until they reached the walls of Joseph's village. Remember, I am always here, just out of your sight, purred the lion, and he melted away in a cloud of gold dust. Every noontime and after that, Joseph stole away to meet the lion, past the wildebeest at the waterhole, round the elephants, zigzagged through the zebras, beyond the buffalo. He sheltered by the lion's side and heard the lion's great heart beat, like the heart of the savannah, just under his cheek. And together they watched the lion cubs play. The lion said, Your father has his family, Joseph. I have my pride. See my brave, hard-working lioness, he yawned. See my cubs. I love to roll them over and bat them softly with my paw. The smaller, the better. Joseph and the lion played too, very carefully. But Joseph never told his father because his father had said it was not time. Then the traders came. What can we buy from you? They asked Joseph's father. We will pay you for anything you make and sell it to the tourists. And, they whispered, we will pay very well for the lion cubs. The smaller, the better. Joseph's heart leapt in his chest like a gazelle. His father replied, We have beads and baskets. He looked down at Joseph with glittering eyes. But do we know where there are little lion cubs, boy? The smaller the better? No, father, cried Joseph, and his face grew hot with delight. If there are cubs, then we will find them, said the traders. We will hunt them down and take them away far across the sea. And Joseph watched in horror as they set across the savannah. Some tension building up. At noontime, Joseph ran past the wildebeest at the waterhole, round the elephants, zigzag through the zebras, and beyond the buffalo. He saw the traders hunting in the scrub. He saw his father running easy as a cheetah back to the village. Then he saw the lion rise at the edge of the savannah like a dark sun, alone. My father has betrayed the cubs, cried Joseph, and he wept for all the lions in the world. Very sad. Later in the cool of the day, the traders returned. We have bead work baskets and fine clothes to sell, Joseph's father said to the traders. Our pots are the smoothest you can buy. The tourists will give you a good price for them. But don't touch those big ones at the back. They are no good. They're far too rough and scratchy. From the doorway, Joseph watched his father go into a huddle with the traders. Money and goods changed hands. Then the traders left, trundling off across the wide savannah. Joseph hid his face in shame. That night, while the village slept, Joseph went looking for his friend. The stars glittered like the eyes of light, watching him steal across the tawny land. He waited. No roar, no sun, no lion, nothing. Joseph wandered back towards the village. When he reached the wall, a shadow spread over him like smoke, and someone cried out, "Joseph!" shattering the great bowl of night. It was his father, and from the shadow sprang the lion and the lioness, as if spelled there by a sorcerer. "Don't kill the lion, I beg you, father," pleaded Joseph, sheltering the lion Savannah's side. His father smiled. "Why should I kill him, Joseph? I am giving him back what is his. I kept his cubs from danger, just as he kept you safe." "Father, aren't you cross with me?" said Joseph. "You said it wasn't time to meet the lion." "You were right and I was wrong, Joseph." "It was time," said his father. "Lion, when I was a boy, I was your father's friend, and I spent my noontimes with him. The time of the lion is more precious than gold." Joseph looked up at his father in amazement. Had this man once been a small boy and learned from lions? The lion nodded, so that his mighty mane shook, gold dust caught in the moonshine. Then he was gone, into the night. Now at night time, while the village sleeps and Joseph hears a raw thunderclap across the wide savannah, he understands what he says. The time of the lion is more precious than gold. Let it always be the time of the lion. And this is a picture of the lion roaring. And the blurb says, "At night, while his village sleeps, Joseph hears a lion's roar thunderclap across the wide East African savannah. When he sees the lion racing towards him, his great head streaming with gold, a special friendship begins. And every noontime, Joseph visits the lion's grassy den to talk, meet his lioness, and watch the cubs at play. But one day, traders come looking for lion cubs, and Joseph suspects that his father has betrayed his newfound friend." And this is the all of the book cover. You can see the lion and Joseph. The end.